doing, everyone? Hey, I get jacked up to talk to you about writing covered calls. I love telling you my story, and I do hope you're learning something from it. Hey, I talk about covered calls. That's what I talk about. You know, there's so many strategies out there that so many people use, but you know what? At the end of the day, for me, years of swing trading did not produce a millionaire, okay? I tried over the years, had moderate success, but you know what? Once I found the covered call strategy, once it like slapped me up against the head how it worked, and my mentor, gave me advice and talked to me and showed me the strategy. Once I understood that it's a winning strategy, win after win after win, I embraced it, and it embodies me as an investor now. It embodies me. To the point where I actually bought a stock probably 2 months ago, and then I realized that the options weren't good, and I sold the stock immediately for a $400 loss because I need to have stocks that I can write options on. Yes, we know it limits our upside, but you know what? In a nice upward trending sideways trading market, we can write call after call after call. And I told you in my last video how I just keep stacking dollar bills when others are buying and holding, right? And history repeats itself. What happened then happens again with Nike. Whereas had I bought and held it, I'd have had less money, wrote covered calls, stacked a couple grand. Hey, look, if this is the first time you've come to my channel, I don't know how you found me, but you found me. But what you want to do is stick with me, because I'm going to show you how I use covered calls to stack money. Okay? It's called a covered call millionaire mindset. You got to have a good mindset. And I'm going to show you how I have the covered call millionaire mindset. Hey, look, before I get started, look at those subscriptions. Love it, man. That's 100% unsolicited. Yeah. Hey, to me, 360 subscribers. Are you kidding me? I do not do this for a living. I do this to help some cat that literally has his head in his hands wondering how he can make ends meet. He's listening for some guy on the internet to give him a little bit of information to help him get there. Okay? That's all I do it for. I don't get paid, and I'm not a professional. I do this in one take. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to bang that like button, because I'm just like every other cat. When you bang the like button, that tells me you like what I'm doing. And it gets me jacked to do the next one, because I love telling my story, because I know there's people out there that are listening. They like what I'm doing. They want to hear it, and they're learning, because I don't charge you nothing, man. Okay? I don't charge you a nickel for this. But you could keep coming back time and time again and watching all my videos and getting to the point where it flows like water. Right? We talk about that all the time. Hey, look, I'm going to jump right into it because I got a bunch of things I want to talk about today. Oh, yeah, share that video. Let other people know that there is a cat out here that is given the straight talk on covered calls. Let's talk a little bit about, my last video I did on actually my last video was how I use closed-end funds, making 10% for my son's savings account versus a bank savings account. I want you to watch that one. If you have kids or you're helping grandkids, using your stock proficiency, your stock market knowledge proficiency, you could actually use closed-end funds to generate more monthly income instead of the bank's cruddy 1%. I want you to go ahead and watch that video. But the video before that, I played a Pink Floyd song. I actually love Pink Floyd. I'm not that old to be jamming to Pink Floyd in their heyday, but I grew up in the Midwest where I hung out with a bunch of guys that love Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. You just go down the list of all those great 70s bands, and Pink Floyd was one that they always played. I loved it. I still love Pink Floyd. And you know what? From that video, I played it, and I was debating going to see Roger Waters. He's coming He's coming to out here, and I said, you know what? It's the experience that matters. Trying to hold on, with my grubby hands to a couple bucks, right? Not experiencing Roger Waters, who probably will do a couple more of these, and then he's probably going to retire. I don't know Roger Waters, but what are the chances that he's going to continue this? I got to do it. It's about experiencing life, experiencing life and having an open mindset, and I went ahead and did it. So anyway, I thought I'd just throw that out there, man. I said, I am going to do this, and I went ahead and did it. And I love the fact that I'm going to see Roger Waters. Okay, guys, let's talk Covered Call Millionaire Mindset. Now, we're going to talk about the Covered Call Millionaire Mindset. I'm also going to show you an interesting article. We're going to talk about my Whirlpool trade, okay? Okay, everybody asked me, hey, look, man, how do you make $1 million writing covered calls? Are you kidding me? You're limiting your upside. Listen, man, it's not about making the dollar bills. It's about a mindset. I played you that song in the beginning, okay? That song's about strippers and dollar bills. But that's not what motivates me. When I hear all I see is dollar signs. It's a mentality. Whether I got the dollar bills or not, I got to have the mentality, right? I got to have the mindset. I got to be positive. You cannot go into something negative, right? For the most part, and come out succeeding. I got to have a mindset for which I'm going to make $1 million, right? I am a millionaire. I got to have that mindset because look, time and time again, millionaires are created through just having the positive millionaire mindset. You have good positive habits. We talk about what it takes to buy a covered call stock. We have our rules in place. Those rules could be habits. And when you have good habits, you start to narrow down your chances of failure, right? So we got to always have that millionaire's mindset, right? Whether you're a millionaire or not, when you walk into a room, you are the center of attention, right? It doesn't matter where you're at in life. You have to have the Covered Call Millionaires mindset. And from that, we can build on our financial education to get us where we need to be. Hey, look, if I'm jacked about writing covered calls, if you love hearing what you're hearing, you're getting pumped up, you're getting excited, and the cause and effect of that is you're going to do your research. You're going to grind. You're going to watch the YouTube videos. You're going to try to pull out that little bit, that little piece of the puzzle that you don't have completed. And you're going to dig and you're going to get that. Okay? Now, I need you to be open-minded. Man, you need to be able to listen to people. Well, apparently you are. You're listening to me. I come at it from straight talk, and you folks are telling me I'm doing a good job. Hey, I'll take you for that. I keep doing the videos this way. This is me. So I need you to be open-minded. I need you to listen. Listen. When you hear the videos or you're watching CNBC, I need you to listen, and then form your opinions based on your knowledge. And then go do your research, right? Then I want you to find like-minded people. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I can hang out with my friends and we can stand around and talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, dime package defense, all day long, right? But, and in general, sports, we could talk forever. Well, you try to find somebody that'll talk stocks. Man, I'm telling you what, it's like the stink pill has hit the room. And when you talk to somebody of like-minded and there's other people in the room, man, you start to feel uncomfortable. It's odd, man. It's an odd feeling. So, but finding that person that you can mind meld with, right? sort of a mentor, right? You can talk and bounce ideas and say, hey, I found this research. What do you think? You can share ideas, and that motivates you because you know that cat's out there trying to work just as hard as you, and you then want to outwork them. Look, at the end of the day, there is a learning curve to this stuff, right? But you can get there. And by you listening to my covered call videos, I know you're already a couple steps ahead, because writing covered calls involves options. And then with that said, I know you're going to dig in and really dig in and try to grind, get your research, think positive, listen, right? We want to be open-minded because we want to listen to everybody's ideas. And then we're going to take that. We're going to take that and then formulate what we're going to do. And I like-minded people because I could talk to them. Man, I got a buddy of mine, man. We're like-minded, man. And he's big bank. Okay. I like to call myself little bank. He's big bank. He throws around 400,000, 500,000 on one trade, and he texts me the pictures, and he's making big bank. Now, he's doing things a little bit differently than me. I don't try to keep up with the Joneses. I still write my little cover calls making 100, 200, 300, 400, right? That's how I do it. I tell you time and time again, that's my strategy. I try to work the crumbs. He likes crumbs too, but he plays big bank. But having that like-minded person, we bounce ideas off of each other. I told him why I liked Wynn, why I like Sands. He did his research. He listened, he did his research, he went out and bought it. He made 5 figures. I mean, when you play big bank, yeah. But I told him point blank, listen, man, I don't play big bank like that. I want to be diversified. I tell everybody, number one, when they walk up to me, hey, John, should I do this? Should I do that? And the first thing I look at them and say, making this trade, does that keep you diversified? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not diversified, man, you need to watch a YouTube video on diversification in your stocks. Yeah, I know there's some people out there, Mark Cuban, one that says you should not be diversified, or a variation of that. I ain't going to quote him here, paraphrasing. He basically says if you know what you're doing, you can make big bets. I am not going to be that person. I love being diversified, and I'll pick up crumbs with all my investments. But getting back to the like-minded person, Covered Call Millionaire Mindset, I want to be able to talk to somebody. And just like my mentor, Jerry, and I'm going to throw a picture up here right now of Jerry. I don't have it on my spreadsheet, but I'm going to show it up. I started talking to Jerry, back in the real estate crash. He heard me talking to these other people about how I invest in dividend stocks. I swing trade a little bit, and he and I instantly formed a bond. And he told me, you know why I gravitated towards you? Because nobody's talking about dividends at your age. But we mind melded, and we have been best of friends since 2007, 2008. And Jerry is my mentor, but you know what? Jerry is the ultimate resource for me. He's been he's 80 years old. Since 55, he basically retired and told his wife he's living off the money he has. And he started investing. He said he wouldn't advise that for me, but he started investing, and he basically lives off the money he invests. And he has done every investment strategy in the world, and he knows options like it flows like water. And he taught me the covered call strategy. I ask him every little question that would make most people roll their eyes, not Jerry. Jerry's a trusted friend. He answered him. And that's why I am I'm having dinner with him tonight. I'm taking him to dinner. And he goes, oh, are we going to go Dutch? I said, hell no, I'm paying for you. Jerry has been a lifesaver for me, and I'll tell you what, I truly appreciate it. Find that like-minded person. I know I've gone long on this segment, but hey, look, what's the other part of this strategy? Okay, we need to buy stocks, right? So we can do the poor man's real estate covered call writing. Watch my video on that. Okay, I don't have the bucks to be buying 3 and 4 and 5 houses at $1 million a pop. But using the poor man's real estate idea, I can do that with stocks. And I can get my experience with less money. Next, I need to be taking my covered call profits and I need to be putting them into dividend, monthly dividend income. I told you about that. I love to take my profits and dump them into, good closed-end funds. I keep making the money, right? I keep making the dividends month after month after month, growing my garden of fruit trees. Those fruit-bearing trees then get dividend reinvest. We have more fruit-bearing trees, right? It allows me to have the millionaire covered call mindset so I can, for me, I don't have to worry, about making the ends meet so tight, okay? That's just me, okay? So I need you to have the covered call millionaire mindset. Okay, so I blabbed a little bit there, but let's get into a couple things and then I will end the video. I'm going to give you a treat at the end of this video. Hey, look, just yesterday I talked about closed-end funds. Right? I talked about funds that use the covered call strategy to pay their investors 7 and 8 and 9% interest per month. Look at this. Go to Yahoo. Go to Yahoo and search EOS. I highlighted EOS in my video yesterday. Look at this. It's as if this guy right here, it's as if he watched my video. I don't know if he did or not. He could have. I'm on YouTube, right? But here's the deal. Look at that video, look at that article. He literally writes about what I talked about yesterday. And I'm just going to read this quick blurb here because I get detractors from the cover call strategy saying, hey, look, man, you limit your upside, right? Blah, blah, blah. You hear it all the time. But look at this. I want you to read this right here. Investors consider the income from the sale of a covered call option as a form of downside protection. We've talked about that. As you write a covered call, it's that sort of downside protection. But I use it as income. We use this strategy as a covered call income. We're not thinking negative. Oh, I buy this stock, I write the covered call, I'm using it as downside. No, I write the call hoping it's income in my hand. Right? Look at this. As a result of this income, covered call strategies have historically generated impressive results compared to the S&P 500 index. But hey, look, here's the hook, man. Here's the hook. Even if we were making as much as the 500 or the S&P 500 index and you had a covered call writer versus an index writer, here's the difference. As a covered call writer, you are building your financial education brick by brick by brick. That cat over there that's just on the S&P 500 index funds, all he's doing is checking a button on his income, his company's income, telling them to deposit into the 401k. Somebody else then buys that index. He doesn't know jack about the stock market. Okay? Now he's going to be sitting on a little bit of cash just like we are if we do things right? But then when he goes into retirement, right, if he doesn't have a pension, he might need that money to make some income. Right? Well, he hasn't built his financial education, right? And now he has to start from right at the beginning. And here he is sitting with all this cash, right? It could be dangerous. You on the other hand, me on the other hand, we've been doing this time and time again. We have the knowledge. We built the building blocks of success and failure. Hopefully more success. Right? So now we're in retirement and we know what we have to do. We're not fearful. We have the millionaire cover call mindset. We're thinking positive because we have that knowledge and experience. That cat over there with the S&P 500 index fund, maybe not so much. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to come asking you, or he's going to pay a fund manager. Right? Now, hopefully in retirement, we are not trying to build wealth anymore. We're trying to preserve wealth. Right? So, hey, I want you to read that. I'm going to put that link in the video. I'm sure it's right here, right now. Go ahead and check that out. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, man. I'm getting long. I do apologize. So I want you to jump right over to my core position trading blog spot. The reason I want you to do this is because not only do I talk about all things trading here, haven't posted here in a while, but I do post. But here I write articles about the bigger picture of financial education stuff. Okay? And one of the things I love talking about is, I like to post up my 5 must-have items on my checklist, right? You could search right here, 5 items, search a company. Maybe I've written about it. But this is the thing. These are the things I write about over here. And notice, not to bore you here, but these are my basic financial checklists for life. You know, you need a retirement plan, right? You need to have a living trust, right? You need to have term life insurance, right? College accounts for your kids, lower your monthly nut, so on and so forth. I want you, I even talk about online backup of your photos. Hey, look, it's one of those things in life where we are not taught in school all of these things, having a trust, having term life insurance, right? Why we want to do such things. Get a doctor, get a checkup. Why? Because, hey, man, we got to have good health. Okay? So look, we can't enjoy the finer things of life if we don't have good health, right? You saw my picture. I like, right now, I'm trying to work out. I've lost a tremendous amount of weight over the past 2 years. I'm proud of that. But I got to keep grinding. And whether that's through my health, whether that's through my workouts, whether that's through my investment education, I got to keep moving forward. Hey, look, I want you to check out Core Position Trading Blogspot. It's right there on the side. Top 5 must-haves for John. Go ahead and read that. And you could check any of the other 400 posts I've done there. Yes. All right, guys. Hey, I hope you enjoyed my video presentation today. And, I did my Ask John Saturday, and I threw in a little extra one on this closed-end funds versus bank savings yesterday as well. And, of course, this one should be today. I want you to subscribe to my channel. I want you to bang that like button, and I want you to ring my bell. Ring the bell, because that gives you an email notification the next time I do a red-hot covered call video. So until next time, I hope all your covered calls are profitable.
All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs. Oh, money on my mind.